Hey guys, and welcome to Crow's Dislike. These are basically videos of things I dislike, so you might agree with them, might not. With that being said, let's see what today's topic is. Crow dislikes Big Apple Con 2017-18. I'm not necessarily going to say I dislike Big Apple Con. I mean, I like the convention. Just this year's convention compared to last year's, that's how I'm going to compare the both. I don't think it was as great as they were trying to make it. Maybe for what they did and what they accomplished, maybe, but compared to last year's convention, I think they had bigger names when it came to celebrities. As for their comic book people, I don't recall last year's compared to this year's. I mean, I noticed the lines for some of the comic book artists they had, they were actually pretty long. I don't know anybody from the comic book industry, unless it's mangas or unless it's I think it was Robert Kirkman. I can't even remember his name. The guy who made The Walking Dead. I'm sorry if I can't remember your name. I mean, I read your book, but comics and me equal, we're not too friendly to each other. We're more of on like, yeah, I know about the comics. Do I know the artist? No. So that's how basically it is with me and comics. Now, I was really hoping they had a very good list for celebrities like they did last year. I mean, last year I met Foggy from Daredevil. I met Jeffrey from Daredevil, who was the head director. I met Punisher, who was also Shane from The Walking Dead. I met there was a dude from Star Wars there who played Vader, but I didn't meet him. Barbara was there, but I met her at a previous convention. Barbara from I Dream of Jeannie. So they had a lot of big names last year. I mean, wow, they had great names. This year, it was like, who was there? Tamiq. Okay, Tamiq was there last year, so you met him. Yeah. So that was just like, okay, he came back, awesome, but it wasn't a big name. The girl from Black Panther, she was one of like the side characters, I'm assuming. She was also a stunt double in Luke Cage. So it's like, she wasn't big either. Ming Chan, I think his name was there, but again, he's from Comic Book Man, and it's like, that's a TV show. It's not a big name like how it is with the Daredevil people. Oh, Jason David Frank I met last year as well. And was there someone like GDF? No, it was some Blue Ranger from Time Force, I think. I can't recall. Let's look at the booklet, because I can't recall where you were from. Nope, I don't even remember. Yeah, the Time Force Power Rangers. It was like, you're going to compare him to GDF? No way! GDF is much bigger for the simple fact that, number one, he's the original Green and White Ranger. Number two, he's an undefeated MMA fighter that I know of currently. I don't know if he was ever defeated, but he's fearless. Like, come on. No! Like, this list was not as great as last year's list for when it came to celebrities. So anybody who was hoping to see a great list of celebrities for this year, especially since they had Frank Miller, oh my god, the creator of 300 was there last year. This year, did they have anybody close to Frank Miller? Not really. They announced Stan Lee last year. Sadly, he canceled because he got sick, but was there someone as big as him as well? No. I mean, if it's not as big as Frank Miller, and Stan Lee's higher than that, I mean, you guys had no list. So that's the only complaint I had, was pretty much, well, one of the complaints I had, I should say, was pretty much that their celebrity list kind of sucked. Their artist list, from what I can tell, was a little bit more better because of what I saw from the lines. Now, this is actually the first time I went to a convention, and I literally was there for 1 hour, less than an hour, I should say. I mean, I went in, I did what I had to do, and I left. I mean, I even scouted the area twice, and I just couldn't take it. Two reasons. Number one, it was extremely hot. I mean, wow, was it steaming. Now, I've been to conventions where I've been extremely hot, especially Anime Next, when I had to wear, in the summertime, where I had to wear my DJ Scully suit, well, outfit, I should say, not suit, outfit. Oh my goodness, I was burning up. But the thing was, there was places with AC, like I could just stand there like, But once I went outside, I was like, oh no, because it was summertime. Compared to how it was in this convention where it's pretty much spring, but it was just the steam of heat. And I'm assuming because they had all these people and all the talking and all that heat that was being created, but still, it was extremely hot. already like, no, I'm not liking this. And number two was, I'm going to blame it on your big geeks or the people who have no decency of holding it in and going, brrrr. Oh my God, the smell. The smell was the second thing that killed me. So on top of the fact that I had the heat and the stink, no thank you. That just made the convention even more terrible for me because I couldn't just deal with the heat or the stink. I mean, wow. Some people just farted in so many places. Like I said, I was there for only less than an hour. And like I scouted the area twice. And it was just like there were some parts that just smelled terrible. Terrible. It was horror freakish. But yeah, the heat was unbearable. I was just sweating. I literally went outside and I was like, oh, look. It's not that hot outside, but at least I'm cooling off, and I'm like, no. The third thing that I disliked, I know I said two, but there's a third one, I forgot about it, was that I was going to make a little recording and show basically the convention. How it looked like, and then show where the celebrities are and some of the comic book artists. But the thing is, I asked 3 people, one said yes, and the other 2 said no. And these were pretty much the security guards, and one person who was also... I'm going to say one of the owners of the convention. Yeah, like sponsor the convention or whatever. Those 2 people together basically said, no, don't do it, because then they'll confiscate my equipment and then they'll delete whatever I have, and then I'm basically stuck with nothing, and they'll kick me out of the convention. The simple fact that I couldn't record was a pretty much bummer, because I wanted to make a video for you guys to see Big Apple Con. Like, I want to do this for the future conventions that I'm going to, but if it's going to be like this, I'm probably not going to do it. They did tell me that I can record the celebrities and ask them celebrities or the managers if I can do a quick video of like an interview with them. I'm thinking of doing that, but on top of the fact is that I have all this other stuff, and like, do I really want to do that? I don't know what to even start with. So then that was like a bummer, because it's like, okay, I can ask the celebrities, which is good for people. I mean, you can go up to them and ask them, and if they say yeah, they say yeah. I mean, the Blue Ranger guy, what's his name? He Michael something. I can't say his last name. He was doing an interview from what I saw, but it pretty much sucks that we have to ask people. No, not pretty much it sucks. It pretty much sucked that I couldn't do a recording of the whole convention, show the atmosphere, show how it looks like, and me putting my personal opinions. Oh my God, it's so hot in here. Like, this is the area that smells terrible. I couldn't do none of that, so it pretty much sucked. Last year, there was one thing I did dislike, and that was where the celebrities were held. I mean, I did scout the area last year very quickly, and I was like, where are the celebrities? I had to find out that they were on a topper floor, so you had to literally leave the convention area and go into the hotel and then take an elevator to go upstairs just to meet the celebrities. And that's how it was. I didn't like that. This year, they put them in the same room as everybody else, so it was pretty good. I mean, that I do give a point to them. Last year, I didn't like that. Where were the celebrities? The other thing is, again, you have to leave the convention, go into the hotel, and go down the stairs. That's where the cosplayer convention section is. Also where one of the bathrooms is, and a place to change. So you really don't know that unless you go there. I do give credit to Big Apple Con. They had a lot of people that did go cosplaying. So that's pretty good. Now, one thing I don't like about Big Apple Con, which I didn't notice, I didn't even... oh, here it is. It's a Comic-Con. Why do you call yourselves Comic-Con? Like, don't do that, because then people are going to confuse you with the actual big event Comic-Con. I mean, I really pretty much called you Big Apple Con. And then all of a sudden, I see this Comic-Con on it, like a little side part. Okay, if you're going to call yourselves Comic-Con, change your name. Just say Big Apple Con Comic Book Convention. Or Big Comic Book Con. Not Comic-Con, because everybody's going to think you're the big one from LA or the one that comes in October. I was literally waiting in line, and they were like, and there were bystanders passing by and like, oh, what's going on here? Oh, it's Comic-Con. Oh my God, it's Comic-Con. No, it's not. You're not that Comic-Con. Now, I don't know if your guys are associated with Comic-Con, but I just don't like the fact that you guys call yourselves Comic-Con, and then you have another one that's Comic-Con too, but the other one's not called Big Apple Con. Well, Big Apple, I'm going to say, it doesn't have that. It just has Comic-Con. Just like the other one in LA. It just says Comic-Con. So, I don't like that. I really dislike that one. That one has to go. Either call yourselves Comic Book Con or Convention, however you guys like it, but don't call yourself Big Apple Comic-Con. That just, I guess you're just trying to get the customers. And that really pretty much sucks. I'm going to give you guys a bonus for this. I like this. I mean, to get an estimate on what people are going to charge you for your photo op, I really liked it. On the table, it might be a little cheaper than this, but I really did like this. So I give you guys a plus because you guys are the only ones that actually did this out of all the conventions I gone to. Now, one I'm going to talk about that really irritated me because I bought my tickets in January or December, and they basically did not post it any celebrities until March 22nd. That was basically 3 weeks away from the convention. Okay, let me look at Eternal Con, which is gonna be June 16th to the 17th, 2018. They already have a list. How did you guys not have a list? I mean, last year, you guys had a list. By the end of December to the beginning of January, you guys had Chewbacca. The guy who played Chewbacca, and he canceled sadly, but you guys had a small little list, and you guys built from that list. Instead of just saying 3 weeks before the convention, here's our list. Come on, like literally, I saw a lot of people just get, how do I say it? They get discouraged. They were like, this convention's gonna suck. And they were right. It was pretty much like, yeah, they don't have celebrities I want to meet. Oh, look, they have the guy from Seinfeld. I'm gonna go meet him probably, if I care to go. That was pretty much it. Like, certain people looked at the list and they were like, never mind, I'm not going. Yes, a lot of people did go. But the simple fact is, compared to last year's celebrity list, and the fact that they had a list already of their guest lists was already made by January, December of last year. And 2016 to 2017, and this year, it was literally made 3 weeks before the convention started. And it was just like pretty sad to see. I mean, I was disappointed. I met only 3 celebrities, and then I just left after scouting the area twice. That was kind of very disappointing. Now, the only thing I wanted to talk about, the last thing, was that they gave me this. I'm like, 5 Deadly Venoms. This is a cool movie I saw when I started my Netflix trial. And then I'm like, you get to meet Liu Fang. Oh, that's awesome. When is the date? 11/11/17. Why did you guys give me this? Why? I mean, even this one says it, November 11th, 2017. Why did you guys give me this? You guys discouraged me for this one. I mean, Liu Fang, I'm a fan of the 5 Deadly Venoms. I'm going to call it sins. 5 Deadly Venoms. I saw Invisible Shaolin. I saw, oh my god, what was the other movie he was in? Now I can't recall. The Masked Avengers. I saw these movies. So the simple fact that you guys gave me this is like not false advertisement. It's sad advertisement because you can make Liu Fang, and I'm like, yeah, because I remember he was like always the bad top, and I'm like, and that was his fighting stance, like, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna meet him. Like, that's like 70s right there. That's so freaking cool. And it was we passed it a while back. Sad advertisement. Very, very sad advertisement. So, Big Apple Con. For 2019, do things better. Make a list much earlier because Chiller Theater already had a list by January. And their convention is next weekend. Monster Mania already has 3 people announced for their convention in August. This is not 3 weeks prior to the convention. No, this is months in advance. I mean, they had Robert Englund and Carl from The Walking Dead already announced for this convention. A little bit after Monster Mania 39 was announced. So 40, they're trying to make it bigger. Walker Stalker Con also has a list. I mean, if Eternal Con has their list already, you guys have to do a better job. Seriously, because this was very disappointing. This list, I bought the ticket, I was forced to go. If not, I would have not gone. But if you guys can fix your stuff and get a better celebrity, I mean, if you guys can get Jessica Jones, I'll probably still go. Because I'm still disappointed from BookCon from not being able to meet Jessica Jones, or any side little characters from Jessica Jones, Daredevil, Luke Cage. I mean, if I can meet that cop, I mean, I'm like all over that cop, but still, if I can meet that cop from Luke Cage, okay, cool, awesome. Oh, she's a detective. I don't care. She's a very pretty woman, but it's like, give me something. Don't give me just like, here's some scraps that we were just got last minute. I mean, this is not last minute. Lou Ferrigno, William Shatner, Scott Hall, Kevin Nash. I mean, a lot of the cast members from Superman 2, huh? Compared to your convention. So yes, guys, I did dislike this year's BookCon, Big Apple Con, compared to last year's. They improved a little bit on a couple of things, but they did a step back compared to a step forward, making the convention better than what they said they were going to make, in my personal experience, to my feelings. So, with that being said, I got a special thanks for you guys watching, and if you want to subscribe, leave a comment or like, you know what to do down there, and I'll see you guys next time.